In the wake of the Texas church shooting, many Americans are once again asking what could have been done to prevent a mass shooting. One answer: close a legal loophole that allowed the shooter to purchase a gun even though he was convicted of domestic abuse. Virginia Congressman Scott Taylor, who isn't a fan of most gun regulation, is now co-sponsoring a bill to do just that. One he tells me is a no-brainer. Hours after Devin Kelley stormed a small Texas church and opened fire, killing 26 people, news broke that he was not supposed to be able to legally purchase a firearm. That's because Kelley, who served in the Air Force, was convicted in a military court of domestic abuse. But the Air Force failed to report his name to a federal background check system that would have prevented him from buying a gun.
It's important that reporting take place.
Congressman Scott Taylor is co-sponsoring a bill that would tighten the rules on military courts. Federal law requires anyone, military or civilian, convicted of domestic violence to be reported to that federal background check system. But because the Military Code of Justice does not have a specific domestic abuse provision, the Army and Air Force both admit they underreport names to that database.
It's a common sense closing this loophole that it's clearly a loophole, and clearly the military says that they have failed to report these things, and it's necessary to do so based on evidence, scientific evidence.
Taylor's bill would add a specific domestic violence provision to military code and would require the military to report names to the database within 3 days of conviction.
This in itself doesn't prevent all gun violence, but it could potentially prevent some, that's for sure.
Taylor is careful to note, though, he does not support most other proposed gun control measures like mandatory gun registry or universal background checks.
I think this is a common sense, reasonable measure that doesn't take away constitutional rights from other people.
Taylor's bill mirrors one also proposed in the Senate. He tells me he anticipates overwhelming support. Meanwhile, the shooting in Texas has prompted others in Congress to take action on gun control. Today, a bipartisan group of senators announced legislation that would improve background checks for gun sales. If passed, it would require federal and state agencies to upload critical information to that national instant criminal background check system. That includes criminal and mental health records. The plan rewards agencies for complying and penalizes them when they don't.